Valuable 1970 to D Roosevelt dimes to look for. Learn how to spot rare era dimes that could be worth big money. If you're into coin collecting, numismatics, or rare US coins, this video is a must-watch. Welcome back to LC Coins World. Today, we're diving into 1970 to D Roosevelt dimes and the unique eras that make them valuable. From double die errors to off-center strikes, we'll cover the key details to help you identify dimes that could be worth much more than face value. Want to know how to sell your coins? Just search Sell Coins LC Coins World here on YouTube for expert tips. Also, check out our recent video on coin grading and authentication to understand the process of getting your coins officially evaluated. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt played a crucial role in leading the country through the Great Depression and World War II. He was also instrumental in the founding of the March of Dimes, a campaign dedicated to fighting polio, the disease that afflicted him. To honor his legacy, the U.S. Mint decided to replace the Mercury dime with a new design featuring Roosevelt. The Roosevelt dime was designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt, while the reverse showcases a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. This design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction. By 1970 the Roosevelt dime had already been in circulation for over 25 years. However, there was a significant change in composition that affected its numismatic value. Before 1965, dimes were made of 90% silver and 10% copper, but due to rising silver prices, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition in 1965. The 1972 Roosevelt dime continued this trend, making it a non-silver dime produced for circulation. Design and specifications of the 1970 D Roosevelt dime. The 1970 D Roosevelt dime maintained the standard design introduced in 1946. Let's examine its key features. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. The word liberty appears to the left of his portrait. Below Roosevelt's chin is the phrase "In God We Trust." The date 1970 D is located at the bottom right. The mint mark, if present, appears just above the date D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mint mark for Philadelphia. The reverse of the coin features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. The torch represents liberty, the olive branch symbolizes peace, and the oak branch stands for strength. The Latin phrase e pluribus unum appears across the center, meaning out of many, one. The denomination 1 dime is inscribed at the bottom. The words United States of America surround the top edge of the coin. Coin specifications: outer layers -75% copper, 25% nickel, core to 100% copper, weight 2.27 grams, 17.91 millimeters. Minting locations and production numbers. The 1970 D Roosevelt dime was minted at 3 locations. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Over 431 million coins produced. Over 345 million coins produced. Over 3.2 million proof coins struck. The proof coins from the San Francisco Mint were specially produced for collectors, featuring mirror-like fields and frosted desig. The 1970 D Roosevelt dime has several notable errors and varieties that make certain coins more valuable. Some 1970 D dimes were struck off-center, meaning part of the design is missing. The greater the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Some examples show slight doubling in the inscriptions, particularly in Liberty and In God We Trust. Dimes. The bands on the torch are fully separated. This designation makes the coin much more desirable. Some dimes were struck on improperly cut plankets, resulting in a portion of the coin being missing. Some 1970 to D dimes exhibit die cracks or cuts, which can increase their collector value. The majority of 1970 to D Roosevelt dimes remain common and are worth face value in circulated condition. However, uncirculated coins, proof sets, and error varieties can be worth much more. Most 1970 to D dimes in circulation are worth 10 to 15 cents. Coins graded MS65 or higher can sell for $5 to $20. High-grade full bands examples can be worth $50 to $500, depending on condition. 1970 to D proof dimes in pristine condition can be worth $10 to $50, with deep cameo varieties fetching higher prices. Rare errors like off-center strikes, double dies, and clip plankets can range from $20 to several $100s. The 1970 to D Roosevelt dime represents an important continuation of the series, following the removal of silver from dimes after 1964. While it may seem like an ordinary coin, it holds historical value as part of the long-running Roosevelt dime series. Additionally, this coin was minted during an era of economic and political change, the early 1970s, so the U.S. transitioning away from the gold standard, rising inflation, and increasing coin hoarding. Despite these challenges, the Roosevelt dime remained a staple in everyday transactions. The 1972 D Roosevelt dime is an essential part of American coinage, maintaining the classic design that collectors and historians appreciate. While most examples remain common, certain varieties and high-grade specimens hold significant value. If you come across a well-preserved 197 D dime, it may be worth setting aside, especially if it has full bands or unique mint errors. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1970 D Roosevelt dime, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more numismatic content on Coin World. Stay tuned for more fascinating coin histories, and happy collecting!